I guess I gotta write a new letter now. Dear present self, don't be so naive as to confuse your flesh-ridden lust with a desire for a romantic relationship. And may I learn not to proceed in a purposeful pursuit of my future wife prior to God's holy hand handling my heart and carving out my character. May I learn that as I wait for you, future wife, I must take advantage of singleness. There are certain things that can only be taught to me in this season of life, and may I also learn that singleness is not about being on the outside looking in on marriage, but I'm always on the inside of the family of Christ, serving a king who is always looking out for me.
May I learn that love is more than just a feeling, but a commitment, and one that should be modeled after the commitment God made to us, evident in the man he sent.
May I learn that love is not simply an emotion, it's truly caring for somebody else and wanting the best for them. That's why I want to help my future wife come to know Christ's love better, because the best love is only found in Him.
May I learn that love isn't just a warm, fuzzy feeling that goes away eventually. It's a genuine bond between two people who can actually grow closer when tough times come on the scene.
So may I learn not to trade in the sweet cinnamon and spice of a promiscuous woman for the salt and light that a virtuous woman is. And may I stop looking for women through sin optics and cut out the sin options so I can focus on the sin optics, so that when I try to love my wife, my speech will be crafted by the chisel of Christ-like chivalry and not carrying the caustic connotations of a kid-like catcall, to the point that our marriage will be all about accepting the love of Christ. I mean, our wedding is gonna look a lot like an altar call.
Yeah, when I get married, I want my husband to be glad that he found me, a real-life woman walking out Proverbs 31 and 1 Corinthians 13. But until then, I will only focus on you, because I want your love more than anything. The same love that flows like an ocean and washes me clean. So I will run to your throne, and to your feet I will cling, as I shout hallelujah with praises and sing. I will drink from your well that never runs dry, as you mold me, a woman that pleases your eye. I will soak in your love and bask in your glory as we walk here together and write our own love story. But this story will be different, with a beginning, a middle, but no end, because your steadfast love endures forever. And if I ever looked you in your eyes, I think my body would break at the knees as I become overcome with a love that completes. And when I talk to you, if I want to see stars or feel outer space, I can just look to your hands, because you hung them in place. Plus, you love me with a love that loves so much you died, like you weren't sure how to express your love for me, so instead you laid down your life. And I'm sure your breath boomed like fireworks when you spoke the words, "Let there be light." So Jesus, I think your love is enough. And if I've ever made an idol out of the perfect man, then I'm giving it up. I know being single during this time can feel like a terrible fate, but as long as I've got Jesus, well, I'm willing to wait.
So future spouse, I guess you're off the hook.
Christ stepped in like he always does, with that perfect love that fulfills, a love that completes.
That kind of love that leaves my desperation in searching for somebody else in defeat.
Because this love gives me victory.
So future wife,
Future husband, I'll keep waiting.
And all the while, I will strive to fall deeper in love with Christ. He's the one that makes it all better.
And I hope you're trying to fall deeper in love with him too.
And when that day comes, I just hope we can fall together. Fall into each other's arms, but not being so easily satisfied by just each other's embrace, but rather loving one another, all the while keeping our eyes on Jesus as we drown in His grace and swim in this ocean of love. A love that's found in no other place but the person of Jesus Christ. I am content in waiting, because I know that each day I rise to see His face.
So we've left the myths of society.
They said get married or die trying, but now we have a better clue of what is true.
The reality is that God's love is enough, and I trust Him through this whole process, because only when He says I'm ready,
Do I want to say?
or hear,
I do.